name's Rory Bratt, and I thought I'd start a vlogging series of my road to Pure Elite. This year I decided to enter Pure Elite in April to 28th. I'm going to enter the Junior Fitness Model competition. Last year I competed at Miami Pro and came 4th in the category in Junior Fitness. So I thought I wanted to change the category up a little bit more this year. So I decided to enter Pure Elite. I've exactly got around about 16 weeks, 17 weeks to the competition. So I've actually just done a about 6 to 8 weeks of just dieting, trying to trim myself down a little bit, trying to get back on prep, ready to go. I enjoyed myself after my show, so I kind of put on a little bit of weight, which I didn't really want, but I had to because I was, there was family arrangements and friends and family. You got to spend a good time out with people. So I decided to I wanted to compete again, see if it's a challenge for myself, not like I want to win. I want to win sponsorships. I want to win money. I want to win this. It's actually a challenge for myself. Like, I'll tell you a little bit about me. When I first started in the fitness, I used to be around about 17.5 stone. For some of you, you wouldn't think that. And I used to get called fat. I used to get bullied, overweight. I didn't like what I looked like, and I thought, I would make a change. Put something I really enjoy, the gym, and actually change my body a little bit. And I found that niche, so I really did enjoy it. Like getting up early, doing the cardio sessions, and then starting to do like the weights in the evening, nutrition as well. So I decided last year that it was the best time to lose all that weight, and I made great progress last year. And, I lost a lot of weight. I lost around about 5 stone before I entered the competition in Miami Pro, and I enjoyed it really much. But this year I want to try and beat that physique what I had last year for now. So that's a challenge for myself, not anyone else. Okay, so if people say, oh yeah, you compete for money, sponsorship, that's not right. I enjoy it for the challenge myself. I like to see what I can get my body further and further away. And so this year I've just sort of changed it up a little bit more. I've kind of gone the route of different ways of training, like cardio, food plan, nutrition. Last year I had a coach help me start up, get the weight, what to do, what to eat and stuff. So I learned a lot from her. But this year I'm actually doing it by myself. I'm not having a coach, like a prep coach, to tell me what I need to eat, what all this, because I want to learn myself and see what works for myself and others, because there's no cookie cutter plan. Everything's different. Like you could be eating all this great food, and it could work for someone else, it could work for me, it could not. It's like intermittent fasting, that could work for myself, it could be work for different. But I'll try and change it up. I want to learn the best ability for it all. So I've actually this year I've done MyFitnessPal, counting macros, tracking macros. Okay, so I've found this a little bit more flexible, especially going out. I don't go out that often, but I found it very easy. Like if I'm on the go at work, I can adjust my macros, pick up things from Tesco supermarkets, and fill it in and keep the neutral value of all good food. I don't really go off track. I don't eat out a lot that often. I maybe go to a Nando's and that's it, but I don't go to a McDonald's or Burger King. I will place my macros each week, where I'm at and how much cardio and what my training's like. But I really want to try and smash my physique this year. I've never seen my abs. I saw my abs when I competed, but I want to see more of my abs. I want want to see more veins, popping out my legs and stuff like that. And so that's where I'm at the moment. So I'll take you along my first week of prep and show you what I've done, and it's just more of a video diary for myself, and seeing how I can change and stuff like that. I hope I inspire a few people. I used to be that kid, overweight kid. I looked up to a few people, and it made me focus more on myself and push on a little bit more. Try and change my life. I just thank everyone for that, because being overweight and being bullied is very hard, and I'll tell you that a lot. So I'm going to make one of my staple meals normally what I have for breakfast. I normally have 5 eggs with a few cherry tomatoes, and yeah, I'll show you how to make it. I might do a little montage.
Audio Jungle.
I forgot my pre-workout today, so I'm gonna go with a little 0-calorie, monster. I'll try and have, one of these. They're probably similar to a pre-workout. I normally take Mr. Hyde, but I left it at home. Try to, alternate off pre-workout and on pre-workout. Today's session is legs. It's at Pure Gym. So I'm gonna just try and maintain, I feel my strength is my legs. My legs are quite dominant, but I want to try and focus a little bit more on the hamstrings possibly. I'm going to try and film a lot of the workout today and see how it goes. This Pure Gym doesn't have a lot of equipment for leg base, so I might try and change it up on the weekends and go to different gyms for legs, because I want to get the maximise the potential of my legs. And yeah, I had a nice fresh trim today, better than the ugly trim. Well, we'll see you in a bit. I'll show you what I do for my leg session. It's quite high volume. I like to try and vibe. that went quite well. It was quite quiet when I got there, and then it picked up because of the new January. Overall, good session. Hit 5 sets of leg extensions to start off with of 12. I got quite heavy with them. I felt leg extensions worked my legs quite well. Then moved on to hack squat because it was free. So I did 5 sets of 12 there. I find sometimes hack squats, I can't go too heavy. My back lifts off a little bit, so I'm going to try and alter my feet, and I find it difficult sometimes. Then moved on to hamstring curls. Nice slow negatives, working the tempo, trying to think 2 seconds down and then pausing at the bottom, and then 2 seconds up. Did 4 sets of 12 there, and then moved on to Romanian deadlift. I found quite a nice tip is putting a plate underneath your feet, so you got more of an angle, just your toes on the plate, and then once you're doing Romanian deadlifts, pause at the bottom, you'll feel your hamstrings a lot more connection, and then squeeze up. That's the best way I find it, is you get a great connection with the muscle of your hamstring. And then moved on to leg extensions, not leg extensions, leg press, sorry. And then did 5 sets of 12 there again. The last set I did was a triple drop set, so just trying to put a little bit more stress onto my quads and legs as much as possible. I want to try and bring a better physique for pure elite. Also then finished off with 5 sets of 12 calf raises, and just to try and grow them calves. Everyone knows calf is the biggest ones to everyone wants, and it's hard to make them bigger if you haven't got the genetics. And then that was it. Lastly, I finished off with a bit of cardio, about half an hour on the cross trainer. But yeah, just want to wrap this vlog up, my first one. It might have gone well, might have not. I've actually started enjoying it, editing and stuff like this. So I just want to finish off here. I'm going to try, post a little bit more in these vlogs. I'm still working with it, so how to get it start off is probably quite basic, simple, not a lot of content in it, but I'm trying to increase my content, make sure everyone enjoys it. I'll add in a physique video of what I'm looking at next week for the next episode. I hit my lowest weight in this morning. I went down to 87.9, so under 88 category. So I'm just trying to get under 80 kilos. So hopefully, fingers crossed, the next week it'll be another kilo dropped. But sometimes scales, don't keep going with the scales. You've got to look at images, especially progress photos. That's the best way to see how you're doing. Also, I'm going to add more content on how my food plan is and what my training is. At the moment, I'm training pull, push, legs, and repeat, and then a day off. I find it easier on my backs. The first, when I do deadlifts on the first pull, and then on the other day I'll do a rack pull. So I find sometimes my back hurts when I try and do legs, and I'm trying to roll around it, just give a bit more of a rest. Also, on my pull and push days, I actually change biceps and triceps the opposite way. So, because I find my weak areas are my arms. My arms look like twiglets. So I'm definitely trying to change them up. So I'm trying to add a little bit more volume to my arms to try and make them grow. Fingers crossed, we never know. I just want to finish off here and just say, if you could subscribe and like this video, that would be great. I don't know, I'm trying to promote a little bit more, but I'm just trying to get a bit more free content and for everyone to see what I do about my life and stuff like that.